So it's book haul time again, and basically I went shopping because I didn't feel well and I got in a fight with my family. That was completely my own fault, and they were completely right in what we were fighting about, for sure. But I am kind of an emotional buyer, so I bought so many books. Like, I kind of went a little overboard this time. So I got the beginnings of the Gone series. I don't know, I mean, it just looked so thrilling, and you know me, once I buy a series, I buy like the next one, and the next one. So I bought like the first three, and they're actually not in that order that I just showed you, but I bought the first three of the Gone series, and I'm gonna try it out and see how it is, and probably will get obsessed just like I do when I read any series. I bought The Wind in the Willows. This is like the best, one of my favorite childhood stories. I realized that I didn't own it, which was super weird. Like, the only one we had was like the edited version, and I was like, psh, well, that's not going to happen for very long, and so I got the real version. Red Riding Hood. So I totally have seen this movie. It's like totally one of my favorites. I love Amanda Seyfried? Yeah, Amanda Seyfried in this movie. So I bought the book because I saw the movie, which is not typically me. Usually I read the book and then see the movie, but I just couldn't help myself. This is just like one of the most thrilling like werewolf stories like ever. I like all the twists and turns, and how she's in love with a woodcutter named Peter. I don't know. This is like one of my all-time favorite stories. I got this. Not really sure. It's based in New Victoria, so it's like futuristic Victorian era. So this should be interesting. I will totally let you know how that one is. So I'm on a Amanda Hawkins kick, especially after my last two, three videos were all about Amanda Hawkins and her collection of books. I really like the way how she tells a story, and like, you totally don't expect what you're gonna read. Like, I was like, psh. I had like who the villain of the Kanan series was, who that was, but like I didn't see like all the connections and all that kind of stuff, so I'm super excited. This is from one of our older series, Wake. It's a water collection series. The Help. So I finally bought the book. This is another one. I totally have seen the movie, and like, I know I should have read the book first, and I usually do, but I couldn't, like, I didn't want to at the time because I was in like a funky mood, and I was like, ugh, everybody loves this book, and I don't want to love it because I don't like loving everything that everybody else loves. So I bought it because nobody likes it anymore, and it's not like a super huge thing right now, so I'm super glad to start reading this. Daughters of the Moon. I am super, like, I've been looking at buying the series for a while, and so like, this is the first 3 out of the 6, and so I'm like super excited to start reading it, and like discovering the story behind each one of these women, and like seeing like a different perspective on creatures of the night, like werewolves, like I can't even remember what else is in here, but we shall see. Got all those ones. The Sisters Grimm. So this is a child's book. Totally, sometimes I get into these child book crazes, and like, this looks so interesting, and it's about great-granddaughters of the Grimm brothers, and how they're actually like detectives, and they have to discover the paranormal world and all the creatures that live in it, and I like the goblins and witches and like everything that, you know, Grimm's fairy tales is about. And so like, I know it's super simplistic, but I really, really wanted to read this. Like, it just looked like a great like interpretation of the Grimm's fairy tales, and plus I love reiterating Grimm's fairy tales, hence my love with the Lunar Chronicles and such like that. Okay, so I got this, the Prester Quest. It's kind of an interesting book. It's supposed to tell about a priest's life, and like what he went through, and how he became a pirate and stuff like that. And so like, it's a fiction, it's a non-fiction, but it's based in like what this priest actually did across the Caribbean and across the the Atlantic Ocean, because I know my oceans so well. And it looks so great. And I mean, look at the cover. It looks so pretty. Like, it's a map. Like, I couldn't help it. Okay, so I got The Fault with Our Stars, and now this is still, like, a really popular book, and I haven't read it. However, I love John Green. I really liked Looking Through Alaska. It was a little strange, but I still loved it. And so I was like, oh, it's actually by John Green. Like, for some reason, when I, like, read the reviews and was like, oh, it's just another one of those, like, books, you know, like, that everybody falls in love with, and then they go bye-bye soon. But when I realized it was John Green, I was just like, oh, I totally need to read that. Like, I must have been, like, brain dead or something when I was thinking about who wrote that book. Okay, so I bought The Book Thief. Now, I'm not sure, this is kind of an older print, I believe, or like older, not like Pride and Prejudice older, like it's just like maybe like 5 years old, and so it's, actually it's 10 years old. Woo, me and my years. I don't even sometimes realize that it's 2015, and it's almost 2016 actually. Wow, I feel so old. Anyway, so I'm excited to read this and how she steals books through Nazi Germany, and like how she survives through that, and how actually you never know, it could be another Anne Frank and she dies at the end, but you never know. So I'm excited to read that. I got Utmost for His Highest. This is totally like my personal like devotion book that I keep misplacing because I take it with me everywhere, so I bought another one, and so I'm super excited to start reading this again. And like it's totally like, I've read it before, and I've actually read it a lot. Like, it is definitely one of my favorite Christian like devotional series. I mean, it was written in 1935, like, I mean, I probably have read it a dozen times, and, like, I still can't get enough out of Oswald Chambers, because I can say his last name. So, I got this music book that was super simplistic, because I'm a music teacher, and, like, I was like, because I've been struggling sometimes with kids that don't understand music concepts, because music comes so easily to me. I'm like, psh, this is a C, this is blah, 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 blah. And so, like, I was like, I need a simplistic view of how to teach a child. And so, like, this is totally written for children. Like, this is, like, it says 2, but it is not 2. Like, this is, like, basic, like, beats and, like, I mean, come on. Like, that totally is, like, all basic stuff. And, like, so I'm just, like, okay, we'll work with this and see, like, if that I'm able to teach better from this, rather than using, like, I mean, I'm a college graduate in music, and so, like, I'm just like, oh, blah, 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 and I use all my theory tech, and I'm like, oh, I need to simplify this for kids. So I'm super excited by that. Now, on to me being a musician. I got a Dopper book. I can't help myself. Whenever I see, like, stuff like this, I'm just like, oh, I have to buy it. I cannot stop it myself. Like, this has Faust in it. It has Mozart. It has Verdi. Because I totally said that wrong. Wagner. Like, Wagner is one of my favorites. He totally, German composer, totally, like, crazy out there. Totally is, like, he does, like, stuff that, a lot of other composers don't do, and so, like, he's definitely one of my favorites. And so, like, that is what I got, and this is totally, like, personal, not that you wanted to know about it, but whatever. And I got Hairspray, because it's Hairspray. Come on, you can't help yourself. Like, look at it, it's Hairspray. You get to sing about the 60s, and about your hair, and about, oh, love, lots of love. You can't stop the beat? Come on. Like, let's stop stopping love from people that are chubby. And Black Power. That too. That was in there. Sometimes I forget that that's in Hairspray, because, like, I get so sidetracked with the fact that the girl is fat and trying to get on the show. Like, I think that's discrimination in general, but, like, the fact that they wouldn't even let blacks be a part of a show, and so, like, the fact that they integrated at the end, it's, like, totally one of my favorite musicals. I have a lot of favorite musicals, actually. But, like, I love that at the end they're like, integration! Blah, blah, blah! And that's totally what the 60s was about. And, like, having to accept each other for where you are. Which, I totally approve of. And that is it. That was super long, and if you stuck through all of my ranting, I am super, like, good for you, because I totally ranted way too much about my collection of books. So, subscribe. I hope you enjoyed this video because I just rambled like the entire time. So, have a nice day, and I'll see you next time.